All right, so I look tired because I am. We left on Wednesday afternoon. We didn't want to be beachside because, yeah, anyways, we went there. It was crazy. I obviously did not vlog any of that. I was conserving battery on my phone, and we lost power at like 1 a.m. and then again we got it back around like 3 a.m. and then we lost it again around like 4 or 5. So then they had a generator around 6:45. We started to like wake up because it was getting a little hairy. It was pretty scary, to be honest. Like the winds were so loud and they just were like banging against the windows. But apparently where we live, our friends that did stay said like it was so scary here. So I'm really glad we left. The kids slept all night. Sean slept all night. It was basically just me that was up in our family. And I just, you know, it was like I'd fall asleep and then I'd be like up and then I'd fall asleep and then I'd wake up. So it was a lot of that. And then the next day we just kind of hung out at their house, and we're very thankful for them for opening their home to us. The kids had such a blast. I feel like if I had been home, I would have been really stressed out. And there it was like, okay, there's nothing else we can do. You know, we're safe, blah, blah, blah. Then we came home, the bridges opened and we came home, and I'll share some of that footage here.
And it's gonna sound scary. And here in Florida, they say, know your zone, know your home. The big high rises are going to survive what Milton brings in, but it's going to be terrifying.
Did you give me Mexicans?
Yeah.
We both pick her at the same time.
Once again, we are under a state of emergency with a major hurricane projected to impact this area. Issued an evacuation proclamation requesting all residents on the barrier island to evacuate to a shelter of their choice. Whatever the shelter is located west of the intracoastal waterway.
Got the pumps all set up. Did as much as we could. So we lost power, so we had the generator going, and then the generator was able to power the Wi-Fi and this one TV. So we were able to keep up in the know of what was happening. At this point, the large portion of the storm had passed. Now we were just kind of seeing the aftermath, and we had a lot of rain still going into the afternoon as the bands came through. Once we were able to get on the roads, we knew that the roads were safe. All of the storm had passed, except for some of those outer bands that aren't dangerous. We drove through our little town and noticed that our favorite bookstore was going to lose its sign, but that was all of the extent of her damage, which was so good. And then we drove over the bridge. So this was probably about 45 minutes after the bridge opened, and we were able to get over our bridge and head home to see what it looked like. I kind of took clips of the drive and then some places I didn't, but there's a lot of flooding in certain spaces, so we couldn't take it some roads, and then we had a lot of trees down. Look at that, Polly.
The roof got
See the roof?
Oh.
Oh my heckin' heck.
What is that? Oh, that's a backup battery system.
Oh.
So,
Well, I bet they're glad that went that direction. All right. House did pretty darn good. no flooding. Put a towel down to see. And we have, yep, no flooding. And then, oof, lots to clean up.
All right, we turn the water on and the AC.
Okay, you're definitely flooded. It's all wet, but that's fine. That's very normal. That's why we have a dehumidifier. All right, we did not lose power. If we did, it was not for long. I don't think we lost it at all, though. All right, I already started cleaning it out, and I put the dehumidifier. I need to get all of this stuff out so we can bring in the fan. And remember, this is a utility room, so it's all block. Get all that stuff out. Luckily, this is why I have everything in plastic bins so it doesn't get ruined. And then nothing really else. We just need to get that all out, get all that water. So as I said in the last clip, we got some water in our laundry room, which is also where we store all of our clothing. In plastic bins, you know, like our winter clothing when it's summer, blah, blah, blah. So not too bad, but still a lot of work. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. This is...
Like you could fall right in.
Is it like a sinkhole?
Who knows?
Well, thank you. I'm glad I'm not driving over that. That is...
You know, the stuff they use before they put down the pavement underneath.
So here I'm just showing you guys how our neighbor came over and let us know that right in front of our house at the stop sign, the road was actually starting to cave in and the asphalt was all breaking and creating these enormous holes. Eventually the holes got so large and so deep, but this was the beginning of those holes. And we, of course, like immediately called the county and everyone that you're supposed to call to let them know. Someone came out the next day, but they were there for a while and they just filled them in.
Look at this right here. Get a zoom in. It's coming up through the pavement like a spring.
Oh my God.
See that? Water table's above the pavement here.
I'm gonna go get my wiper.
Okay. Rainbow. We had all the poor houses. Oh no, look at their Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. That's wild. Where's Nash? Oh, there he is.
It's up to the
I did talk you guys through this clip, but it was so windy that I did not want to bust your eardrums with it. But I'm just sharing with you guys that we were spending a bit of time picking up the big branches and getting them into a pile, checking on the hole again. You can see how it had just changed within an hour of people driving on it. And this wasn't even as bad as it got. I don't even think I got a whole video or clip of how bad it got, but it started to spread, and that's what I'm showing right here, that we were getting a second hole. Okay, I didn't film it because it's just nuts, but I cleaned out a few of the big limbs in the front yard, and then I came in and got the rug down, cleaned up. Oh, you know, so cozy. And then we're taking down some of the boards now. We're gonna do all this tomorrow, okay? The kids unloaded, got their beds all set up. We have no internet, but we have power. God bless it.
games that I can play without.
So we spent the rest of the night kind of getting the house back in order. We were so thankful that we didn't have more extensive damage. The only thing was our back corner in the laundry room, and then we didn't have internet for 10 days. But other than that, we are so thankful and lucky, and we're thinking of all of those that were not so lucky and are completely wrecked after Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. All right, tonight we're having some yumminess. And then I made homemade veggie stir fry. Yum. All right, this was the next day. We had the kids out. We were all working on cleaning up. This was our large pile of branches and everything, and we were starting to clear off the yard and get all the plywood down and get the house back in shape. All right, now we are going to clean Bull and I. All right, I came inside for a little break. Looking way better. A lot of work. I need to clean that. It has a bunch of dirt and debris. It was really wet, so I didn't deal with it before we left. If it had been dried, I would have rolled it up and brought it in. So you do that, and you do the cushions. You clean it all really good. Put it out in the sun. That'll probably be tomorrow. Once they cleared the beaches, we were able to go for a little walk, and it was just so nice. I mean, I love to take my beach walks, but it really does put it in perspective after you have a natural disaster, how thankful we are for where we live. It is stressful at times dealing with living in a hurricane, evacuation zone, but so worth it. And we're thinking of all of those that have been impacted. And yeah, our thoughts are with you. If there's any way that we can support you, please leave us a comment below or direct message me. We're thinking of you. Love your faces. Thanks so much for coming along on this wild ride with us. See you next time.